Okay, for this practice task you should have two documents, two pieces of paper. One is an outline of the task itself, and the other one is a tick sheet with some clues about what you should be doing during the task. Okay, if we look at the task itself, you must make sure that you follow the recommended safety and security practices. That just means checking things like your chair height, adjusting your monitor, making sure the mouse and the keyboard aren't too far away, making sure it's a safe place to work. Okay, now the task itself. Your tutor is planning an end-of-year party at a venue in Nottingham. You have to produce a poster showing your choice of one activity to watch. For example, we're going to be looking at a live music band that you want to hire, and your choice of venue. And for this we've decided on Queen's Walk Community Centre. The rest of the stuff is a lot of the stuff that you should have done before. Obviously logging onto your computer using a password, finding information about the activity. So you have to go onto Google, do a search, print screen the search, all that kind of stuff. Find an address and postcode for the venue, which is the Queen's Walk Community Centre. Decide on prices. Decide on anything that you think the guests for the party might need, and decide on what you think might be included in the activity. For example, a free drink on the night, or have a photo taken with the band, something like that. Alright, so you've got this in front of you, and we'll have plenty of time to look at these later on. I think what we'll do is we will make a start. If we just have a quick look here, you're going to need a heading for your poster, obviously, which just comes as a standard. You always need a heading. The heading for this will be something along the lines of end of year party. Okay, and that obviously comes a bit later on, once you've got your picture, once you've got your information from an email from the tutor, once you've got all your print screens, all your evidence ready, once you've got a rough copy ready, then you can put your heading in, and you can start to look at presenting it a bit better. Okay, so let's make a start. As usual, the first thing we will be doing is making a folder on the desktop. Okay, that's the first thing you should always do. So right click new folder, and that folder is going to be called 12.5.13 because that's today's date. That's the most useful thing we can do. Next, number two, if we look at doing some print screens, well, that's the first print screen we can do maybe would be to go to Microsoft Outlook, which is our email program. So let's do that. We'll click on Outlook, and here we have Outlook, so we can just print screen this. Pressing the PRT SCRN button on our keyboard, and then obviously we need to open Word and right click and print screen. Okay, so that's done. So that's a print screen of Outlook. The second thing we can do is print screen the email from our tutor giving us additional information. Again, print screen into Word, and we'll be collecting quite a few of these, probably about 20 different print screens, as well as obviously making a rough draft of our poster and the final draft of our poster. Okay, so that's two on there. Okay, what next? A print screen of student navigating to MS Word. I think that's a really good idea, just to show what you can do and how you've done things. So that's a print screen with Microsoft Word highlighted. Print screen that. Right click and paste. So we can see that you've opened Microsoft Word. This is a really useful one. Print screen of the header and footer. If we scroll up to the top here and into the header, if we actually print screen this, it shows again an extra thing that we have done in providing all of our evidence. So if we just focus in here, we can see that's a print screen of the header being opened up, put the name. So now we've got our name on every page, which is really important, and it will automatically be on every page from now on. Print screen of saving this document into our folder. So File, Save As. Where is the folder? It's on the desktop. And what's it called? It's called 12.5.13. Now what's this going to be called? Now this document, obviously the first document that we're going to make is really important. It's going to contain all of our evidence, all of the print screens that we make during this assessment, this 2-hour assessment. So let's call it evidence. Nice and handy. So that's saved. And obviously as we keep adding more evidence, we can just, now that it's got a file name, we can just keep pressing quick save, quick save, quick save, because it's got a file name already, so we don't need to change the name. Okay, so print screen of saving the document to folder of evidence. So we need a print screen of that as well. So if we do save as again, so we've got a file name, we've got the folder here, 12.5.13, so let's print screen that. We don't need to cancel that again. And let's paste that in there. So again, another piece of evidence showing that we've actually saved our piece of work. Just there we go. You see, print screen of evidence being saved. We can also do a print screen of making the margins a bit narrower. Okay, make it better for this document to be printed out later on. If we go to page layout, margins narrow. See, that makes the margins a bit bigger, which means we can make our evidence a bit bigger. Easier to read, really important. So our name is on every piece of paper. The evidence is big and clear and well presented. Okay. So and obviously what we need to do again is print screen that. So print screen narrow, print screen, and if we click here, right click and paste, and again another piece of evidence. You can see there, page layout margins narrow. So print screen as much as we can. Okay, print screen of the start button. By now you should all know why we do this. It's just to show that if you click on the start button of your computer at college, your name will appear, and that shows that you have used your own password, your own login details, and that's a part of every assessment. Okay, so if you click on your start button, press print screen, and that will be another handy piece of evidence. So we'll leave that there, make it big, so that's all good. Print screen of file. What I'll do now is just do a quick save. That means that we've got 4 pages. We've got 9 pieces of evidence so far, so that's really good. It's a good start. Now the next thing we can do is if we think about how many files we will actually need for this assessment, it will actually be 3. It will be 1 file containing our evidence, as you can see here. The other 2 will be posters. As usual, you will have to do this in 2 stages. There will be a rough draft of the poster, and then there will be a final draft of the poster, and you have to save both. So in the end you have 1 file called evidence, which will probably have 10 or 15 pages of evidence. You'll have 1 poster, which is a rough draft, and the other poster, which is a final draft. Okay, so we start obviously with the rough draft. So if we go to File here, click on New, and choose Blank Document. And actually while we're doing that, if we do a print screen, click on Blank Document, we go back to our evidence file, we can just stick that piece of evidence there to show that we've opened up a blank document there. We go to our blank document now, and what's this going to be called? The first file is called evidence, the second file is called rough draft. So let's save that now. Save as. Call that rough draft. And it's gone straight into our folder there. See desktop 12.5.13, which is today's date. We've got our rough draft. We can also print screen that before we save it. Just shows again every step that we've actually done. So 2 files, we've got our evidence and we've got our rough draft. And obviously on the rough draft we can start adding in information later on. We will need a heading, as I mentioned earlier. We will need a picture we will need information from a Google search about a music band, information about the party, information from an email from the tutor about the time and date of the party. And in the end, when you've done that, you'll make a final copy, and you'll make it look very pretty and make it interesting for people. Okay, so we've saved our rough draft in our folder on the desktop. What we should do now is think about searching for some information. Okay, so to do that, we will need our web browsers. I'm not sure which one you want to use. I've got Mozilla Firefox here. At college you'll have Internet Explorer or possibly Google Chrome. Let's see, if we use Google Chrome, I can just highlight that there by clicking on it once, and then print screen. That just shows the web browser I'm going to use. It's more evidence for our evidence file. See, the bigger this is, the better. So, Google Chrome. And let's say this is Yahoo. I don't really like Yahoo that much. Let's say we want to use just a standard Google search. If we go to our bookmarks, just actually highlight Google there. If we just leave it, just hover. Okay, so we're not actually clicking on Google there. We'll just leave the mouse, the cursor hover on Google. Again, print screen. That again, it just it's all more evidence, which we really need. The more evidence, the better. And you can see that. I'll just highlight that closer. We can see actually what I did. I was in the Yahoo in Google Chrome. I went to my bookmarks and I let it hover on Google. That just shows my next step. My next step is going to be going to Google. So we'll go to Google now. So bookmarks, Google. Okay. Now I need a couple of pieces of information then for this poster about the party. First of all, the address and postcode of the venue. Okay, the venue is the Queen's Walk Community Centre. That comes up straight away. It actually says Nottingham. We'll print screen this, because that's part of the story of this assessment. So we'll put that in there and make it big. Quick save, just to make sure everything's been kept. So, click on our search, and here we have Queen's Walk Community Centre. Let's see. Yeah, looks like the address is going to come up on this one, which is fine. So, we've got the Queen's Walk Community Centre, Queen's Walk Nottingham, Nottinghamshire, NG2 2DF. Okay, so we're going to need all of this information. Copy. And that is going to go into our rough draft of our poster. We're going to need that later on. So we know that it's going to be called Queen's Walk Community Centre. Let's just make sure that's all single line spacing. So we have the first part of our rough draft of our poster, which is the address and the postcode. So that's good. So let's quick save that. Okay. The prices, well, we can look at that later on. That sort of depends on a few factors, how much the band is, and if we want to charge people for food and stuff. Anything the guest needs to bring, okay, and what the activity includes. Let's have a look at next at the band. I think what we need to do is look for a live music band that we want to hire. Okay, so if we go back to Google and think about what our key search words are going to be, well, live music band and the word hire. Really? Okay, that's probably a good place to start. So if we look for that, we can print screen that search as well. Again, just shows evidence that we've actually been searching for this. We haven't just pulled it out of thin air. So here are some potential websites with bands on. Let's have a look at one of these. Maybe this one. Looks like a good one. Okay, that looks like quite a good one, I think. let's have a look at this. Okay, yeah, so let's stick with this one then. So Function Central looks quite good. So we'll print screen that, which is the home page. Put that onto our evidence sheet. Okay, so we can... Yeah, actually what we'll do is we'll just go back to our search again, because it's really important that when we do our search that we print screen all of the information that we need. So we can see that's the website we're going to use, so let's print screen that so we can see it. We'll put that into our sheet there, so we can see we did the search for the Queenswell Community Centre, we found the address, we looked for a live music band hire, we didn't find the information there but we found it a bit further down the page here, so that's the website we used, www. So we'll make this a bit closer, www.functioncentral.co.uk, and then functioncentral.co.uk. This is the website that we actually decided to use. So that's great. Okay, now we need to figure out what kind of band we want and where do we want it. Well, let's have a look. The region is going to be the East Midlands. The genre, let's have a look. Let's choose a DJ, and price, let's say £500. Okay, that looks quite good. Let's print screen this information as well. That might be useful. Just add to all the things that we've done. So this is a potential search now for a band for our party. Find acts. Okay, and here we've got a choice of bands. These are the results. So that's quite good. So let's print screen these results. Put this into our evidence file, which is really, really important. Got to keep this packed with evidence. The more the better. Let's have a look at some of these DJs, see if we like them. He looks interesting. He looks slightly more interesting. Prices. Price is important. Actually, there are some prices here. So they're all available in the East Midlands. So that's good. And normally you would think that that would include Nottingham. Maybe DJ John C. He looks quite good. Any mention of the word Nottingham here? Well, I think he's travelled around a lot, so he looks like he will do. £425 in the East Midlands, so he looks like he'll be quite good. And this probably looks like a good piece of information about the DJ. Okay, so we need probably a couple of print screens here. One, this is the DJ that we like, so we'll put this in our evidence file. DJ John C, so we can see DJ John C there, DJ John C there, and we'll get a bit more information about him for our poster. Go down here, and it looks quite good. John can play a broad mix of 50s to noughties, mainstream, upbeat material, as well as specialist styles. To list all the thousands of songs in John collection here would be an impossible task. Okay, so he looks like he would be quite good. So we can actually print screen this, because this is the information we're going to use. So let's put that into our evidence first of all, and then we'll go back, get the information, and this is going to go into our poster, DJ John C. So DJ John C, and this is the information about him. So we can see our poster starting to take shape. Right then, we'll quick save that as well. Okay, so far we've made a lot of evidence. We've started our rough draft. We've logged on using our own password. We've found an email from our tutor. It's probably a good place actually. We do need to add in some information from an email from our tutor, so why don't we do that now. If we go to our email, the original email was here, additional information. Okay, and the tutor actually gives us the date and time of the party. So into our rough draft, date and time of the party, 19th of July, 7 PM. We know it's going to be at the Queen's Walk Community Centre. We know there's going to be a DJ there, so that's good. That's going to be the entertainment for the evening. What's the name of this poster? What's the heading going to be? Something like end of year party. Okay, and then we know that there's going to be a live band. That's fine. Okay. What next? Okay, we've looked at Google, we've looked at the band hire, we've got search results, we've got the website that we looked at for the DJ, we did a search on there, so that's all good. We need to find a picture to go on our poster. Okay, let's go back to Google, bookmarks, and we're going to use Google Images this time. So, print screen, evidence, paste, and again, if I do a quick close-up, you can see that's another print screen, really useful. It just shows that we've gone to bookmarks, we're going to Google Images, and we're going to look for an image for our poster, something to do with live music. Let's go there now. Let's print screen this. Again, it shows another step. Okay, so we've gone to Google. And now we're going to put on something like, if we put, say, live DJ, and see what that comes up with in terms of pictures. Okay, ideally choose one of the top pictures here, because we're going to do a print screen of this page, so we don't want to go down too far. Just choose one from the top, and this one looks quite good. It looks like a nice DJ kind of picture. So we'll print screen the results of the search. That obviously goes into our evidence, and then we print screen, oops, that's too big, we print screen the picture that we like, which is there. That looks like a live DJ controller for iPad, that looks fine. Again, into our evidence file. Quick save that. How many pages now? 12 pages. Okay, so that's so far that's 23 pieces of evidence, and we can see just the story developing here. Remember, started with the email, print screening the email information, print screening Word, the fact that we opened Word, print screen of the header. Remember when we opened the header and put our name in there. The next thing was print screen of we saved the first file. The first file was out of 3, remember, there was one called evidence, second one's going to be rough draft, and the third one is going to be final copy of the poster. Next we did the narrow margins. After that we looked at, I can't remember, we looked at creating a new folder, I think, a new file. We did a new file here, blank document. So the first one was evidence, the second one was going to be the rough draft, as you can see. Whoops. All the way up here, rough draft. Next was we went onto the internet, we started to do some searches. We went to Yahoo and then to Google, and so on and so on. Okay, so let's skip down. So where are we? Our rough draft is looking quite good. We've got a heading, we've got the address with the postcode, we've got the fact that it's going to be a live band, DJ John C, and information about what he does, date and time of the party. So this looks like quite a good poster. Normally for a poster you need all of these things. You need an address, you know, even a phone number maybe, you know, wouldn't be a bad thing on some posters. Information, you need really important information. Okay, if it's a poster you need to know, for a party you need to know when the party's going to be, where it's going to be, who's going to be there, what's going to be the entertainment. Okay, So we have found a picture, so we can actually now put this into our poster as well. Okay, still a rough draft. We're not going to make it all look pretty just yet. There we go. Put our picture in there. Okay, so for the time being we can make it look quite small. So, rough draft, saved. And that should be almost everything. Okay, now the next thing to do, really important, is we need a couple more pieces of information just before we start the spell check. We've got the address and postcode. Prices. How much is it to come to this party? Well, let's just make a quick snap decision on that. If we say £5 entry per person. Simple as that. So that's that decided. Guests. What can guests bring? Dancing shoes. Okay, that's fine. And what the activity includes. DJing includes signed pictures, something like that. We'll put DJ set. Okay, so that should be everything that we need. Quick save. Okay, now what we need to do is a spell check. Okay, so what tab do we need to go on to do a spell check? It is the review tab. Click on review, print screen. Again, making sure to print screen every step of the way. Okay, back to our rough draft. Okay, so review tab, spelling and grammar. We can print screen this as well. Really important to print screen this dialog box here. Print screen. Click OK. That shows that we've done a spell check, that everything is okay and fine with our spelling. Now, okay, so now that the rough draft is pretty much complete, heading, name and address and postcode, the fact that we've got a live band, DJ John C, what he does, the kind of music he does, the price, what people need to bring, what the set includes, date and time, and a picture. So that should be pretty much everything that we need for the rough draft. Quick save. Now then, very important, we need to resave this as a final copy. Okay, so we can start making changes to it. So if we go to File, Save As. So we've got a rough draft already saved. Now if we save this as final copy, or let's say final poster, just to make it even clearer. Okay, and you can see there, so we've got one file for our evidence, one file for our rough draft, so that's all the information, just in basic form, and then the final thing we're going to have is a final poster. We save. So if we just look at the folder on our desktop here, how many files are in there? How many Word documents? 1, 2, 3. The evidence, the rough draft, and now the final poster. So let's have a look at our final poster. Obviously it doesn't look very good at the moment. We need to start making some changes straight away. Let's make the text into a different font style, font size. The heading obviously needs to be the biggest, so we're going to make it quite big. We could do this in landscape maybe. I'm not sure if I like that, so we'll go back to doing in portrait. The address, let me see. Okay, I think if we put the price down at the bottom and put the date and time somewhere near the top. The address will be quite useful. Okay, maybe near the bottom. Let's move that down. The rest of this text probably should be a bit smaller. Okay. So this is our final copy. Going to try and make it look as good as possible. Move this picture around a bit. If we do wrap text, tight normally is pretty good. Actually, maybe even crop it there a little bit. Make it easier to fit on the page. Okay, so we have. If we do wrap text and behind text, that might even be better. Okay, maybe do that center. We could center all of this, in fact, probably. Okay, end of year party. Let's quick save that. So 19th of July 2013, 7 PM, live band, DJ John C. Price £5 entry per person. Bring dancing shoes. We could, let's say, do a couple of bullet points here. Having the address obviously is really pretty useful. Probably make this text a bit bigger. Need to make sure it fits on one page, no more than one page. We could also do bullet points here. Or certainly do it in bold. We can underline live band, use all the techniques that we're used to using. While we're at it, quick save again. Let's add in a border. Borders can be quite good. Now, what's a good border for a party? Yeah, that's probably not too bad. Okay, if we're going to use a picture here, I suppose we could put another picture over here. Actually, let's just stick with one picture. But what we could do is maybe move it on its edge, like that. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. So, end of year party. And we've got most of the information that we need. If we recap, address and postcode of the venue, that is down there. Obviously, we do need to remember to put our name on the bottom. We need to make sure that we can read it, so that means changing the border a little bit there. Page layout, page border. If we do a smaller one, okay, that's fine. This space there, we can make that a bit bigger. Maybe put that in bold. Puts this a bit bigger. Just have a play with it until it gets right. Price, that's a pretty important piece of information. And why not bring dancing shoes as well? Okay, make sure we can see the address with the postcode, remember, really important. Okay. Okay, and that is not bad. So we have a final poster here. We've checked it for errors, so that's fine. So what we need to do next is send an email to our tutor saying that this poster is finished. So we reply to our teacher. So there's the email from our teacher. Reply. I'll just show you again, double check that. So here's the email from the tutor. Poster, additional information. Click on reply. Goes straight back to the tutor. Hi, Mr. Cronin. The poster is completed. You don't need to attach it or anything, as long as it's finished. It's fine. We send this email to say that it's finished. Make sure that we print screen this as well. So this is the email that we sent, which we can find in sent items. We'll look there again quickly. So there's our inbox. There's all the emails that we've been sent. This is the emails that we've sent ourselves. So sent items. That's the one we've just sent. Print screen into our evidence folder. And last of all, the last print screen we need, just quick save that, is of our folder containing all of our work. 3 documents: evidence, final poster, and rough draft. And all we need is a print screen just to say what's in our folder. So, print screen, to our evidence file, right click, paste, and that just shows evidence, final poster, rough draft. And we can see all the times going right back, starting at, what's the first time we had? 10:31, 10:32, 10:32, 10:34, 10:35. Normally you would have 2 hours to do this assessment. I started it at 10:31, and my last print screen was at 4 minutes past 11. Okay, so that's about 33 minutes it's taking me to do that. Just another quick save there. Obviously name on every sheet, all the evidence nice and clearly presented. Okay, so I can close that now. So that is it. That was the entry 3 example of how to pass the entry 3 assessment for ICT. Okay, so good luck with that, and let me know how you get on.